Hey babes, I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Beverly. Grab your favorite drink. Let's sip and chat.
Welcome to Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast.
Period. Hi guys, welcome back to Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast where two best friends sip and chat about life, relationships, parenthood, and everything in between. I am Beverly.
I am Cynthia. You usually say one of your hosts. That's why I was like...
I know, it threw you off?
I was like...
I'm trying
okay.
something new.
Okay, I'm fine with that. And we're keeping this.
Anyway, how was your week, babe? We were just talking about how it's been like a lot this week.
It's been a week. And if you guys hear my nasally, I am feeling under the weather, but dedication, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like doo-doo.
I'm sorry, babe.
It's been a week. Work was sucked. And so, whatever.
What was rough about work?
It just felt like the longest week ever, like a never-ending week. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my kids are feeling under the weather too, clear, hence why I'm sick. So it's just been very chaotic. We have new staff, training new staff. It's a lot. Yeah. So it's been a week.
I think my home has been riddled with the sniffles too.
Oh, God.
And there's been a lot of changes. Like the last 2 weeks for our family has been a lot of changes. Mm-hmm. I'm choosing to look at everything positively.
Me too.
So, what was that face for?
I'm thinking positive. I just don't feel good, but that's not going to stop me from doing the things that I got to do,
Period.
aka this podcast.
Period.
So,
we also had a milestone this week.
First of all, let's just can we talk about our bingo board?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, just checking. So we started this bingo board, milestone goal, like check thing. Like we're checking off goals that we wrote down there because we want to keep ourselves accountable. We want to keep ourselves accountable, but we also want to make sure that we are celebrating these milestones to get to where we want to get to. Because it's important to celebrate those little
the baby steps.
Yeah. And let me tell you, it's been a week. First of all, 2 huge things happened this week. So we checked those off our bingo card. Number 1, we reached 100 subscribers on the YouTubes. So cue the celebration. Yay!
Yeah. Can you do
Jessica?
that background? Okay.
And number 2, we had a viral video. And before you say it's not viral, it was viral. We looked up for the definition. Mm-hmm. And what was the definition, babe?
Definition is that it gets a lot more views than your other videos normally do.
Yes, so that was viral.
So there's no number. It's
so
viral.
As of today, we have 14.3 thousand views, 300 something likes, and 94 or 84 comments. So, and people are arguing, killing each other in the comments. So it's been a great week. Honestly.
Well, let's take a shot. Let's take a shot because
we're doing it on camera.
We didn't celebrate in person 100 subscribers.
No,
this is not like this is a baby step, but it's still something that we want to celebrate.
To me, it honestly is. I'm not gonna minimize it to us because we know que fue sudado, eso 100.
That was
fue
cute.
sudado. It feels like when we saw that number, when you called me to tell me about that number, mind you, and she did a video, recorded it, didn't tell me she was recording.
Stop. I'm gonna put this down. I thought I was a genius. Apparently, I'm a fucking moron. I FaceTime Cynthia. I wanted to get her raw reaction, right? To post it somewhere. I had no idea that when you FaceTime and you screen record, the sound, like you don't get the sound. So I have a whole 3-minute video of her reaction, her face. We did a happy dance. She was with Cairo. I was with the baby. It was adorable. And then I tried to replay it and it was muted. So I was like, all right, but it's on our page. You can go. It's on TikTok.
Hey,
it's on
you
Instagram.
were creative because you added a song.
I put some
and
music.
I love it.
I edited it. I did something to it.
Yeah. So yes,
we look like hot messes. We're both in our robes. It was like 9:00 at night. But
yeah, hey, it that feeling, especially when we started this podcast, that we said, man, 100 subscribers. It felt so far away.
I know.
Because once again,
we were at 20 something and oof, can't wait till we get 100.
I know. We're gonna reiterate that. In social media, when you have just personal social media, it's easy to add people that you don't know, people that don't know you. But when you're creating content, finding people that support your content, that are sharing your content, that want to subscribe to your content, it's a whole different ballgame. It's not as easy as your personal social media because uno se busca 500 de ahí. Just following random ass people following you back that you don't know. But social media, like for content creation, Whoa.
Different ball.
So that $100, those 100 subscribers, and right now, as of right now, we're 106. So thanks.
Are we?
Yes.
You be keeping track.
Well, I get notifications because when I'm having a bad day, a good notification comes in. I'm just like, so we're 106. But those milestones, we gotta celebrate them. It keeps us humble too.
That's so great. Thank you to everyone who has.
Thank you to all the TTs supporters.
If you haven't, and if you're listening right now instead of viewing, go take a minute, go on YouTube, subscribe. We love you for it.
And also, if you're just listening to us on Spotify and Apple, also leave a comment and give us a rating. Because that helps.
Thank you.
Cheers to you, babe.
Salud, babe.
Jessica.
Salud.
I'm not getting them. I'm not clinking you.
We're gonna need more. Cynthia, bro, how do you down that much alcohol that quickly?
I can't give you my secrets.
Anyway, or maybe I'm the wimp. I don't know. So, speaking of our viral clip. Yeah. It was I thought it was more unpopular than what it actually turned out to be. We actually did a video on like how the video was saying how we think that marriages should be prioritized, right? Mm-hmm. Partnership marriages should be prioritized because from a healthy union will come a healthy family, healthy children, etc., etc. You can go find that video if you want to watch it. A lot of people in the comments are saying, like, we're wrong, that your kids come first before your spouse.
And I need you to clear that up. I need you to clear up the air.
Well, I did a video. I posted a crusty video there.
Okay. I want you another crusty explanation.
When we say that your partnership goes first, we are not saying that your children's well-being isn't a priority. I mean, both adults should put their children's health and safety first. Like, that's not what we're saying here at all. What we are saying is that when a family puts their marriage in the forefront and they focus on making each other happy, mm-hmm. I think the way that I worded it was you should be each other's support system. You should make each other happy. You should... I forget what else I said. All of the above. And when husband and wife, when partner and partner are in a place where they are mentally stable, feeling loved, feeling full, their cup will overflow with. And guess what? The children are going to not only see an example of a loving relationship that they're going to take as what is normal for when they have their own relationships, they are going to have two parents that are happy and that are going to be loving them that much more. We're going to be in a mental space mm-hmm. where we can be the best parents that we could be.
And
that's it.
The fact that people just did not understand that at all.
They're like, no, my kids come first.
And
like,
I was like,
yes, your kids' well-being and their safety.
And I know
of course.
that. Okay. Should I say it? Okay.
Say it.
Are you sure?
Say it.
Okay.
Truthful.
So
it's in the name.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna be 100% honest. The comprehension skills in those comments, I was like, what are the people not understanding? Because once again, like Beverly said, we're not saying neglect your children and be all about your spouse, because there's a difference. We're not saying
no, that does happen. That's not what we're saying.
Not at all.
And that's not what we do either.
Not at all. No. And I think that's the misconception that people have of like, oh, my man, forget my kids could take care of themselves. And that's not what we're saying at all.
No.
We're saying to be great parents, to be amazing caretakers to our children and to our extended family even. You need to fill each other's cups first.
Well, that's even before that, because I feel like anybody who watches this podcast knows that before you can make your partner happy, like you need to make yourself happy first.
Yeah.
We didn't say that in that video because for us, it was already assumed, because like if you know this podcast, you know that's what we're all about. So fill your own cup. Once your own cup is full, you're able to love on your partner in the way that they deserve, in the way that they need, right? Mm-hmm. And they can do the same to you. And these two happy, healthy adults are going to pour all this love and all this compassion, all the stuff that they've learned, and they're going to lead by example.
Yes. Thank you.
Which is the best thing.
Thanks.
So that's
exactly what it is. Leading by example. We can't, if we're not showing our kids what it is to be in healthy relationships, we can't expect our kids to grow up and know what a healthy relationship looks like if you're saying my kids come first. Because at the end of the day, that's assumed that your kids need to be taken care of. Period.
Yeah, by both parents.
Yeah, exactly. By both parents.
It's a lot of the moms saying, "Are you crazy? My kids come first. My kids come first."
But there were some men that were like,
I think most men were saying my wife.
mom.
No.
No. I know. No, that most men were saying my wife comes 1st. I was surprised.
There was a couple though that were like, "Are you crazy? My mom comes before my wife."
And I was like, "Whoa, sir."
I mean, to each his own.
I know. I guess. I mean, that's fine. But interesting enough, we had a.
So I thought when we put up the poll, I believed that we would be in the minimal, like that most people would say that your spouse is not first. But it actually was the top choice. It was 48% of the people said first your spouse, then your kids, and then your parents. 44% said first your spouse, first your kids, and then your spouse, and then your parents. And 8% said other.
What is other?
Myself. The two people who wrote that, they actually typed into them and said, actually, none of the above, I'm first. Which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
It was implied. I guess we weren't specific. But
Yeah. I guess.
I don't know what their other answer would be if we tell them that it was implied.
But I'm going to say another, something else. I feel like I want to do like a social experiment.
What?
On the people that answered, my spouse comes first.
I saw we can see who answers what. And it's crazy that all the people who put their spouse first
are people we look up to.
Are people that we look up to as relationship goals. As relationship goals, parenting goals. Yes. Like, are the people that I would be like, yes, they're
in healthy relationships.
If I was just like them, I would feel like I was a great example for my kids. That's not an accident.
No.
Anyway.
I don't know. You do that. You do with that what you want.
Yep.
I'm just giving you the facts that all the people that I knew. It's funny because even though I knew who was gonna answer like that,
I was surprised.
I knew who was gonna answer like that. I knew who was gonna answer spouse first because you can see in their relationship, in their children.
Yeah.
That's the type of relationship we should all be striving for.
I saw this TikTok, so I went down this rabbit hole.
Jessica, keep it together.
Couldn't even hear it. It's okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just feeling a little bitchy.
She's been attacking Jessica all day. I will fight you. That's my sister. Okay. Anyway.
I'm fine.
I went down that rabbit hole on TikTok of like to see what other people think about that whole, dynamic. And I saw so many adult people, like millennials, talking about how their parents put each other first and how it was so good for them. It was beneficial to them to see their parents being all lovey-dovey, seeing how happy they were, seeing how they weren't all stressed and angry and bitter because they were filling each other's cup. They communicated with each other, which in turn, like, trickled down to all the kids.
And think about parenting, guys. If you guys are both in a place where you guys respect each other, love each other, are filling each other's cup, when it comes to your children and discussing important things about your children, that's going to come naturally. It's going to be amazing because you guys are going to be able to parent in such a way that, it bounces off each other. Like, it's actual teamwork. Instead of, like, being like, no me hagas el muchacho. Don't do this to the muchacho. Like, this back and forth because neither of you respect each other.
Anywho, yeah. So, all of that was to say, sometimes we go off on, like, little side rants. But all of that was to say that we then did a poll because that was an unpopular opinion that we had. Well, it ended up being the most popular one, which I was a little shocked, honestly. Yeah. I was happily shocked.
I posted that not thinking that was going to be the video.
I was like, two people, the video that
blew up like that? I was like, whoa.
Some people were really triggered by that.
Can I be honest?
Yeah. Always.
I feel like, truthful, though. I feel like that people that were triggered, you got to do some soul searching.
Why would you say that?
Because some people were triggered beyond belief. And I'm just like, sometimes when
people were fighting each other in the comments.
Well, this is the thing. And don't fight me. Because I know you like to tussle. No, I'm kidding. But sometimes I feel like when you read something that you're like, fuck, it makes you realize something about yourself. You automatically want to fight it back. Yeah. Because it's just like the realization of that is too much for you to come to terms with. Mm-hmm. And so because that realization is too much, you're like, actually, no, you want to fight it. And
Yeah,
saw
some
of that
people were
in the
really
comments.
going back and forth.
I was like, calm down. You can have your opinion. Listen, we made this podcast.
We're not
to
right
share
here. Right.
what we think.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on this journey of soul searching, soul self-realization, growth for ourselves and our families. And I think you don't have to agree with us.
Yeah.
You know, we're just giving you our opinions.
Yeah.
And you do with that what you want.
I know people are gonna always like
disagree,
counteract, and that's fine. Like I don't get offended.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to agree to disagree.
Yes,
I love hearing other people's point of views too. Sometimes it makes me sway my point of view. I was
just gonna say that the point of a conversation and a dialogue is because sometimes you have a point of view, and when someone else says their point of view or changes it, you're like, whoa, I would have never thought about it. That is the point of a conversation.
We had one person in the comments who was originally saying no, kids should come first, and then we like gave them like an example of why we think the spouses should put each other first, and they then responded like, actually,
wow, I never thought of that.
I never thought of it like that. Like, so, maybe you're right.
That's the point of a dialogue and conversation, guys. Yeah. Just be open to it.
We don't have to agree, but just be open to other people's opinions. Everybody is right in their own ways. Yeah. Right. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and you do what you want in your life, boo. We don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we had another post that we put up on unpopular opinions.
No, before you get into that.
What?
My dear Cynthia.
Oh, we want to do that first?
Get it out of the way.
Okay. We had another Dear Cynthia. I get so excited every time we get the notification. I'm an idiot.
People want to hear my advice.
I don't freaking know how to open them, so I have to text Cynthia frantically. Hurry up and check it. There was another Dear Cynthia. Mm-hmm. So, what was it?
This week's Dear Cynthia was...
me. Ready?
How do I say no? Without hurting feelings. My family and friends don't believe me or understand when I say no or I can't. I guess it's because I have always been there and was a yes girl for a long time. Now I have a business, work, kids, husband, my parents who are disabled and lives with me. I am at a point where I say yes just so I don't hurt their feelings, but I no longer can put my things aside for nobody.
So what was the question? How can they say no?
Yes. And that's... okay. This is Dear Cynthia and Beverly because she's gonna jump in.
I'm throwing my 2 cents in. Yes. I don't give a my. Okay.
Oh damn. First of all, go back to episode 8 where it says boundaries, and rewatch that episode because we talked about how uncomfortable it is to set boundaries for your friends, for your family, anybody in your life. It's uncomfortable, and honestly, starting by saying no is the first step. You gotta say no.
Yeah.
You gotta say no. That's it. Because you are overwhelmed right now. It's just too much for this person, for whoever this is. There's no way around it.
Just say no.
Do you agree?
I agree. And
because you've been this, so you can give a little bit more.
I have been a
yes person.
Yes man for years. Always people pleasing. I realized one thing. That book, was it a book that I read? I mentioned in a few episodes back, the book or the podcast that I found that made me really take a hard look at my way of thinking. And I realized that people pleasing was coming from a place of me trying to control other people's perception of me. Deep down, I realized that what I wanted was for them to like me, for them to think that I was nice and helpful. The moment I realized that, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I can't control how other people feel. Okay, I can control me or perceive me. She's saying, or he. Why do I always think it's a she?
Because she said husband and kids.
Okay, she. She said, how do I say no without having them feel bad or something to that effect?
Honestly, it doesn't matter. They're gonna feel bad. They're gonna feel some type of way.
They might. I don't like putting it like that. They're gonna. We don't know how
this is the thing. And this is a reason why I know they're gonna.
They might, babe.
Because, true.
In the beginning.
In 99% of the times when you first start putting boundaries, people, especially if you've been a yes woman your whole life and you've always been yourself, you've always made yourself available to all their needs, all their wants or whatever. When you start putting those boundaries, they're gonna feel some type of way. But it's important for you to stick to that boundary, as uncomfortable as it is, so that they know that you're serious and so that they know their limits and so that you know your limits. You need to take care of yourself. We talked about this. These boundaries are there to protect you also. Protect you because you already have a lot on your plate. You can't be dumping more on your plate. You're biting off more than you can chew.
Yes.
And that's not fair to your family who needs you and who needs a full you, a stable mental you.
Yes.
And you giving that away for free. No, ma'am. We're not doing that in 2023.
No.
Or 2024 or beyond.
No.
We're stopping this right now. So as uncomfortable as it is, people that love you at some point are going to understand that this is what you need to do for you and your family. Especially if you're a mom, you're a wife, a business owner, and you take care of
your disabled parents.
That's a lot.
Or grandparents.
And don't feel guilty. Say no. No is a complete sentence. You don't need to explain if you don't want to.
I struggled with it. Okay, I've done
It's
this in my
not
own
easy.
personal life,
Yeah.
and I can tell you the steps that I took. Okay, I'm not gonna say do it the same way I did because every situation is
would help.
different. For me, the first time I explained to all the people that I knew I was going to be saying no to, hey, listen, I've realized that I am really overworked right now. So I'm going to start taking care of myself more. So if you need me sometime and I say no, like, don't get offended. I just need to focus on me. That was once. That explanation didn't come every single time. And then if they asked me for something that I wasn't in the right place to do or that I could do, but then it was going to make me tired to do something that I actually wanted or needed to do, I would just say, I'm not available for that.
I'm not available.
Like, hi, I need you to do this and this and that. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not available.
Period.
That's all I said.
Period.
It was really weird for me at first. I felt guilty. It would like make me toss and turn. I got over it. And I feel better. And I'm a better person today because of it.
But you know why it makes you feel better? You know why you got over it? Because everything in life is practice.
Yep.
The more you do it, it just becomes second nature.
Both of you. Not only you setting the boundary,
but
the
people.
other person accepting and respecting that boundary. That's going to take practice. So,
but in order for that to happen, you need to stick to your guns.
Stick to your guns. Say no. You don't have to be a bitch about it. Like, you can just say no.
You don't have to be a bitch. There's no need to.
You don't have to be a bitch
But
about
you
it,
could
but
be stern and be like,
but you
right
can
now
say,
I have too
can't.
much. If you want to explain the first time, listen, I really can't. As much as I want to, I can't. Because I have so much on my plate and I would love to help you. But right now, I'm not available. Period.
That's a full sentence.
That's it. So that's my dear Cynthia for you. That's my answer. No.
Our answer, because now we're
clearly.
gonna switch it to Cynthia and Beverly.
God dang.
I'm gonna put 2 pennies, dear Cynthia, and then 2 pennies at the end
For the 2 cents.
for my
she's
2
gonna-
cents.
She's gonna
I'm
add.
definitely gonna throw it 100%.
Anyways.
So
Now
thank
you
you
can-
for writing. Please keep them coming. Like, we love this shit. Like,
Clearly.
we love helping you. Like,
Clearly.
yeah.
Anyways.
So anyway, what we were saying before. Ooh, more alcohol.
Listen, I need
My
all the
ears are
alcohol.
hot. Okay.
No, I need my sinuses, guys. I'm struggling.
You
I
know me.
love what this is how you know you love what you do. Because I feel like hot garbage. And here I am. Even put on lashes for you guys. When you do, this goes back to the question of the purpose. How do I find my purpose? This is how I know we are walking in our purpose. Because the fact that I feel like shit and I'm still here and I still put on lashes for you bitches says a lot about my job.
By herself.
Yeah, by myself.
Might I add?
Thank you. Because Beverly usually is the one that does it.
No, I learned for this podcast how to put them, and it looks like you did too.
I mean, I didn't have a choice. Well, remember, I took
You
the
had a
lashes
choice.
home.
You were
No, I took the lashes home. That's why. And I didn't want to bring them like this.
You could
I didn't want to bring them
stick
like
them on
this.
your arm and travel
I was
like this.
Fuck. I'm going to have to learn how to put them on. And I learned. But yeah, that's how I know that I love doing this.
So what I was saying earlier was that when we had that clip that everybody seemed to it really ruffled feathers. We thought
Peacocks.
about like unpopular opinions. So I just posted it as something that was fun, but we got so many unpopular opinion responses that we decided we had to talk about them. I have a screenshot. We had like a lot of responses. I was kind of shocked.
Yeah.
Thanks, some
guys.
of them, thank you. Some of them are like really simple, like
And funny.
Like pineapple does go on pizza. I
agree.
I love pineapple pizza with bacon.
I just like pineapple because I don't eat meat. Fun fact, guys.
Oh, she's a vegetarian.
I'm a pescatarian.
Oh, what's the difference?
I eat fish.
Vegetarians don't eat. I
No.
thought. Okay.
It's a pescatarian.
She's a pescatarian.
only
Pineapple
been
does
7
go on
years.
pizza. Agreed. That's not an unpopular opinion to me.
Not to me either.
Somebody else said beer tastes like shit.
I disagree.
I agree, but I still like it.
I love beer.
Is that bad?
No, that's for. I love beer, so
It's not tasty though.
I love beer. I like the taste of beer.
Like this,
It's tasty.
our
yes.
$13 like bottle of wine.
Damn.
Tasty. We're not bougie, guys.
I am bougie. I love
Like that's tasty, but beer.
First of all, in the summertime, I crave a nice cold beer with a lemon in it.
Agreed. I
Like
will
a
drink
Modelo with a lemon in it, or a little bit of a splash of Red Bull in it. Try it. Or maybe you've tried it before. I don't know why you're putting that face.
I don't remember.
Yeah, of course you don't.
I have the worst memory ever, guys.
No, but I like beer.
I agree. I like beer too, but I agree that it tastes like shit.
I like.
Doesn't stop me
I
from
like the
drinking it.
taste.
I don't know why, but I keep drinking it. Somebody else, food related, said coffee tastes like dirt.
First of all,
These
we're
are
gonna.
fighting words. Okay.
What are you talking
Clearly,
about?
you don't know us if you wrote that. We love coffee. All three of us. Jessica loves coffee too. So
If I'm late to work, I'm gonna be extra late because I'm making coffee.
and I'm buying coffee because I
see,
spend money.
that's the difference between me and her. I like making my coffee in my greca at home, and don't give me. If you're at home and you have a coffee maker, no me dé café, because that to me is a slap in the face. Si no es de una maldita greca, no me dé café. Don't play with me.
The hostility, bro. It's coffee. Relax.
Yeah, exactly. It's coffee.
No, definitely. I love coffee. De la greca sabe bueno. But when you go to Starbucks and they put that pistachio pump, some caramel, are you kidding me? Creme brulee sauce. Anyway.
Very old school. A mí me gusta mi cafecito en mi taza, that I could hear the clink, 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 clink in the morning.
Asopao is disgusting.
Yes, I agree.
I disagree.
I agree 100%.
Okay, we're gonna see if this is popular or unpopular in this room. Jessica, asopao, disgusting or good?
Oh, no, that shit's good.
Period. You don't like soup. You don't count.
Okay,
It's
guys.
a texture thing.
No. It is a texture thing, but I like sancocho because I like my
You
rice.
just started liking sancocho like 3
Oh,
years ago.
okay.
Legit, because of Pat.
You don't have to put
Pat,
out all
shout out to
my
Pat.
business out there. Why are we airing all my dirty laundry out here?
Look back.
It doesn't have to be that damn truthful. God dang it.
It's asopao. You'll be okay, bro.
No, I hate asopao, but I like sancocho. I love sancocho, actually.
Now you do.
I do.
Mind you, she likes sancocho. She only eats the caldo, the corn, and the yuca.
And the plátanos, and the guineitos, and the batata. Hello. Yes.
Yeah, rice. But
But I like it on the
asopao.
side. No, I like it on the side.
That's dirty.
Yeah, that's why I hate asopao, because it's just like mushy rice. Yuck.
Let me see if there's any more food ones. No, I don't see any food ones. There's another one that I see here.
that's
I don't
shocking.
even know.
Hard.
I don't even know if I want to discuss this. 69 is overrated.
Can I answer?
You can go ahead.
So, I might get canceled.
Get canceled.
I agree.
You agree?
Fuck that. Maybe I'm too old. My knees be cracking. I'm out of breath. I can't enjoy it. I'm out of breath. Back and forth.
You don't have to be on your knees. I'm just gonna add those 2 cents.
You don't have to be on your knees, but what I'm saying is doing something like somebody doing something
Multitasking.
to you. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't enjoy it.
Babe, clean it up. Multitasking is too much for you, is what you're trying to say.
No, I could multitask. I can't do that because how am I going to enjoy and help you out? I can't do both. I can't do both.
And moving on.
Yeah, but really see, this is the thing. We need to get as a unit. We need to get comfortable talking about these topics because Beverly.
I talk about this.
Beverly be blushing. She's like, "You're gonna touch that stomach?" Yes, we can talk about S.
I have
something.
teenagers that watch the show, bro.
They don't have to watch this episode.
Okay. Well, once I can block them, we can talk about whatever you feel like. Right now, since I don't know how to do
okay. Well, I'm gonna.
that. Anyway,
I'll
astrology.
be respectful.
Unpopular opinion. Astrology is not an excuse for shitty behavior.
I agree.
What does that even mean?
You know how I always say it's a Virgo thing.
Oh, so like when people are like being like mean or whatever.
Even though
like,
I say it,
I'm a Virgo?
I honestly say it as a joke because I don't fully understand.
It's fun.
I honestly don't fully understand horoscopes. 2, I don't care about them. It's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody has such strong feelings against Virgos. I don't know what we did to the world, but
Really?
yeah, Every time I go in the comments, I already know they're gonna say Virgo, and I'm just like, dang, what did we do? But yeah, I could understand that. But people use it like, oh, it's because I'm a Scorpio, so that means I'm a bitch because I'm a Scorpio. And it's like, no, you're a bitch because you're an asshole.
So that's not an unpopular opinion. That's a popular opinion, probably.
Yes.
That's what they wrote. Unpopular opinion: astrology is not an excuse for shitty behavior. So
my mind's not.
They think it's an unpopular opinion, but for me, that's a popular opinion.
Because most people.
Because I agree. Like if you're an asshole, you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
Whether you're a Virgo, a Scorpio, or a Gemini. Anyway.
Did you just name all of us in this room?
Are you a Gemini?
No, she's not.
I don't even know a Gemini.
Do you even know what I am?
Yes.
What?
Are you a Capricorn?
No.
What?
You put me on the spot. Aquarius? No, not Aquarius. Aquarius?
You are Aquarius.
See? I know you, Jessica.
That was a great guess, babe. Aplauso.
No, I really...
Aplauso.
No,
you did not know that.
April.
Her birthday's in January, bro.
Wow. No, I was thinking of Daphne. No, because she's Aries. Aquarius, Aries.
Anyway.
Jessica. She's gonna fuck me up.
Oh, this is one that I agree with. This is not an unpopular opinion to me at all. I am the number one advocate for this. Mm-hmm. You should not be trying to flex your creative skills when choosing your baby's name.
Oh my God.
I'm the number one advocate for this, okay? I'm not going to say it. I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it. Should I say it?
No.
God damn it. Listen, your baby is going to have to keep their name for life, okay? Yes, you want to be creative. Yes, you want to name them after every person that you love. That's great, okay? But if you're naming them after somebody named Bartholomew, please rethink this. Bartholomew. I just thought of an ugly name. I don't like that name. This is your child. This is your a part of your flesh, okay? Give them a cute name that at least you think is cute. Even if they disagree later on, like, let's not be that creative mixing 18 names to make one name. Us Dominicans suffer from this.
Hispanics in general.
I can talk about Dominicans because I've heard some names.
Listen, I've heard some names from other countries too that I'm like, ¿cómo tú te llamas? Y tú te criaste así.
Let's not do this anymore. And not only that, like now, like the modern names, like random appliances, like stove is like a kid's name. Like random names like rain or thunder. Stop
I like rain.
I like rain. I take it back.
Even though I don't like the meaning of
random inanimate objects that people are like naming their kids.
Yeah, like apple.
Like Storm.
E.
Yeah, but she named it her name after Storm.
Who knows?
Rich people be doing the most. But yeah. I'm just saying, if you're a celebrity and you want to name your kid like Banana, kudos to you. Because your kid won't have to worry about that.
Oh, like Cardi B, Wave?
Wave? That's the baby's name?
Oh, God.
I didn't even know that. But us regular guys, like, let's just think about our kids being in first grade, trying to spell their name.
In kindergarten, fuck.
In kindergarten, and they can't spell it because you chose to have a name that nobody else has on the whole planet.
They can't get a keychain
with their name. They can't get a keychain at Christmas tree shop. They can't get a keychain
with their name on it?
No.
Because you pick something stupid?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, yes. I agree with that 100%.
That's a popular opinion if you ask me. What else did we have? Your partner is not responsible for your happiness. Mm-hmm. Is that an unpopular opinion?
That's an unpopular opinion.
Okay. Well,
I think most people don't think.
Anybody who watches this podcast has to know that we disagree.
Yeah.
We disagree. You are responsible for your happiness.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why we always say make yourself happy first. You can't go into a relationship with an empty cup being like, here, échame un chin de agua aquí, please. Dime, who you think you are? No. You have to go in with a full cup because now you are a full person who's already happy.
Mm-hmm. But I think that the reason that is an unpopular opinion is because a lot of people are so broken that they don't realize this when they get into relationships.
And they're expecting the other person to fix them?
Exactly. People go to the relationship, I just want somebody to make me happy. I'm like, bitch, if you don't make yourself happy, not going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because...
That's something that we grow with, that we learn with age. Because I probably thought like that before.
No.
Like, I don't think want something to make me happy.
I don't think we learn that with age. Just people that are still struggling with the lack of self-love and just understanding themselves, finding themselves and who they are as a person, that when they're in a relationship, they're all about that relationship. They don't know who they are as a person.
Yep, I've seen that. Okay, if you're listening, we love you. Love you first, though. We say this so much. You're going to get sick of us.
I don't care.
Nobody else's responsibility to make you happy. Okay? You work on you. You heal the things that you think need to be healed, whether that be by yourself, with journaling, with professional help, with a priest, with a pastor, with a therapist, with a coach. Work on it. Work on it. Get some help. And I promise you that once you're happy, you will find somebody who's just going to match your energy and you guys will be happy together.
Yeah.
Because you're two happy people.
You attract. When you are complete, you attract completeness too.
Yep.
You attract someone that's at your level. Or sometimes even higher. Better than you.
And if you're already in a relationship.
In a better place than you. Not better than you.
And you're looking.
In a better place.
Yes. And if you're already in a relationship and you're looking for your partner to give you the happiness that you can't give yourself, I need you to stop putting that pressure on them. That probably is making both of you guys miserable. Because that's something that they can never win at. Nobody's going to be in your brain knowing exactly what's going to make you happy.
And not only that, you have to also take into consideration that sometimes a person that you're in a relationship with, when you're expecting more from that relationship, you have to also sometimes think that they're giving you probably everything that they know and that they have. And that's all that it is. That's all that they have to give you. As hard as that is to realize, like, he doesn't do this or she doesn't do this, but like, you have to think that's probably all they have to give. And if that's not enough for you, then you got to move on.
There's so much. I don't think we're going to get to all of these.
But I think the most unpopular ones.
Marriage is strictly business. That one was confusing to me. I don't know what this person meant. Do you know what they meant?
I think that the unpopular opinion is that a lot of people think that marriage is just a piece of paper. No?
Is that what that means? I
don't know. I'm just, I don't know what they mean.
Marriage is strictly business.
I
So
think
like
that a lot
what?
of
Like
people-
you get married because it's like more convenient for your finances?
But honestly, I think that the reality is, I think it's a little bit of both. I think it could be a little bit of both because actually recently I saw, and maybe some people know and some people don't. There's this guy that he was a TikTok famous guy who has a family with this little kid that became famous, actually got a show on George Lopez. He was diagnosed with colon cancer in the middle of last year, like maybe July, in the summer, 35 years old, and he just passed away. Him and his girlfriend, his longtime girlfriend, weren't married, and now all the family are coming to take away all the stuff because there's no legal right for her.
Oh my God.
And she's being left with nothing, even though they built this empire together. So in that case, I mean, it's a way to protect your family. Yeah. It's important. People are like, no, you don't know what casar, but like, especially when there's children involved and you know your family is greedy. The family just came and started taking his cars. Like him and his girlfriend built this together.
The family had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. And they took everything.
But they could, so they did.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes it is important. Especially when you build something like that. And there's children involved. Now those children are left with what?
Tapita.
Well, no, thankfully he set them up like financially with like shows and stuff. Like they work so hard that one of his youngest son is in a show with George Lopez. So, but still, like people
still, that
don't
must be
think
hard that they worked together on that, and his family was able to just go and
take all his shit,
whatever they could.
And she didn't want to fight because she's grieving. She's like, take it, I don't care. Like, you know. So, I don't know. Think about it.
Unpopular opinion: everyone you dated before adulthood doesn't count.
I agree.
Yeah.
You agree? Why? Because it's an exploration. What does it mean by doesn't count? That's what I would ask. What does doesn't count mean?
I think I
think every experience count. I think that
they don't exist in my book.
If it's about body count, who cares about body
count?
We're
not talking about body count. I'm talking about if it's 8th grade or below, 9th grade or below.
No, you learn something from every experience.
Know.
No, it counts.
But I don't say they're my boyfriend.
Yeah, that's it.
No, un noviecito, un amorcito.
Since I guess I didn't really date anybody before I was an adult, so I don't know.
Me neither.
I feel like you learn something from Every
It's not me
encounter,
either,
even
bro.
from every human that you encounter, you
Of
learn
course.
something.
Yeah,
Anyway,
maybe.
what else do we have here? Providing food, clothes, and shelter for your child does not make you a good parent.
I saw that.
That's
one.
an
I was like,
unpopular opinion. I agree.
I agree 100%.
That's the bare minimum.
But people think that I'm a good dad, I'm a good mom. Guys, no.
No.
Your kid could be fresh to death, going to the barbershop every week
Mm-hmm.
with fresh kicks every week, stunning on their friends. But if you're not there emotionally for all their events, for school stuff, asking them about their day, knowing who their friends are, helping them with homework, then you are a piece of shit.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that
You're a
you're
piece of
lacking
shit.
in that department. Yes, providing the essentials
I
is
had
important.
3 shots, so
Yeah, no,
anything goes.
I don't like calling people pieces of shit, Cynthia. But I will
Take
say,
it if the shoe fits.
I will say that providing food, clothes, and shelter is the bare minimum.
That's what you're
You
supposed
decided
to do.
to have kids. That's the least you could do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody needs to applaud you for that or give you a medal. I do think that beyond that, providing emotional intelligence, some support to your kids is important. Getting to know them. I was seeing this thing about how some parents, when they have their adult children, they say like, oh, my kids never call me, my kids
I
never
saw that.
visit me, my kids. And that relationship, you build it from when they're young. If you're not building a relationship where your kids, when they have their own kids and are adults, are going to want to come to you and talk to you every day and spend time with you, you're doing something wrong, boo. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is something that you build with your kids from the time that they're young. If they can't see you as a safe space where they can talk to you about anything, they're not going to do that. Once they have the choice to not talk to you, they won't.
They won't.
That's the reality of it.
So
that's, I agree that should be a popular opinion. Another one that we have here is being someone's ride or die. Quote, ride or die is stupid. Unconditional love only applies to your kids. Being someone's ride or die is stupid.
I agree.
So being somebody's ride or die has been like pedestaled, like in movies, in like music.
Yeah. Bonnie and Clyde.
Being a ride or die is like a good thing.
And I don't know about you guys, if you're on TikTok.
Well, wait, stop. How would you define somebody who's a ride or die?
Someone that sticks with someone that puts them in danger, that is not, you're not getting anything from it. They're not helping you grow. You're just sticking with them because that's your man or that's your girl, but they're doing things that are putting yourself in harm's way, I think. And
not necessarily.
I'm saying harm's way, even as
you're
simple
thinking
as
about Bonnie and Clyde.
No. Even putting in harm's way, even if that means hurting your heart, like not being respectful to you, not being loyal to you, but because you decided to be with this person, you're decided to just take whatever they give you and just like stick it out.
The way I would define ride or die is like one sentence. It's like, okay, we're gonna be together no matter what.
Yeah,
And that to me poses a problem.
Yeah.
And it's true what it says on here. I agree with it. That unconditional love only applies to your kids. There's nothing my kids could ever do that will make me love them less. Okay. My partner, though, although I love him to death, there are certain standards that I expect from him.
Boundaries.
That's why I can't say I love him unconditionally, because if I see that I'm loving him but he's not loving me back, or if I'm loving him but he's disrespecting me, that's a condition. So I can't call it an unconditional love. I agree. Right? Being a ride or die, I used to be like, oh, I'm a ride or die, like,
because we're dumb.
I used to think that was good. I was one of those that used to think that was a good thing.
It's not one of those. It's just that you have to think about how we grew up, what we were feeding ourselves, like especially on TV and movies and music videos. This is something that we in family relationships, we saw this also as an example, and so you thought that was the normal thing to do. So being a ride or die was the ultimate goal.
Yeah,
that's dumb as fuck.
Now I can see that is dumb as fuck. I do consider myself to be very supportive. I consider myself to be, through sickness and in health, through thick and thin, through good and bad. That's one thing, because we're doing it for each other. Mm-hmm. But I feel like a ride or die is like one-sided.
Yeah, it's one-sided. And it's usually the woman being...
It's
unfortunately.
15 times out of 16 times.
It's usually the woman being shorted.
Yeah.
So
So we now
No.
adult us agrees that being a ride or
we
die
should
is
burn
not
that.
the goal.
What I was gonna say is that there's this conspiracy theory on TikTok going around about Jay-Z and Beyonce. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not.
But now that we're talking about Ride or Die, Bonnie and Clyde, hello, that song that they had, and that supposedly he drugs her and he controls her and all these things. Like this bodyguard that was their bodyguard
Oh, damn.
is coming out talking about all this stuff about how he has her controlled and controlled so much that I'm just like, you see?
I refuse to believe that Queen Bee is controlled
I don't
by
care.
anyone.
I don't care.
But that's because I love her.
Unpopular opinion, Beyonce's overrated.
Babe, we had a good run.
I don't care.
I'm out of here.
I don't care. I don't care about her at all. Come and beat me up in the comments. Fuck that. I don't give a shit about Beyonce.
Well, my heart is broken, but now
Oh,
I
well.
need to know.
That Illuminati person. I don't want to do it.
I love Beyonce. Leave her alone. Thank you.
She's annoying.
Cynthia, we're going to have to break up. You need to stop it.
You're not gonna break up with me because
my
I'm
queen
stating
bee.
what I feel.
I'm breaking up with you. It's
Okay,
over.
whatever. Tell me one new Beyonce song.
No, I don't know.
Exactly.
I just love her.
She's just talking shit.
She is a vibe.
She's not. For like $4,000.
Another one that I have here that I actually agree with is that grades in school measure I have to reword it because the way that they wrote it was a little confusing. I think what they were trying to say is that grades in school measure compliance, not like that you're actually mastering what they're teaching. You're a teacher. Would you agree?
I agree to a certain extent. Where I grew up, it's all numbers, and the numbers are bullshit. Yes, I said it. Thank God I don't work there anymore, and it hurts. It hurts me because I am product of that. Where I work now, I know that it's not just like, did you learn this concept? No, it's not did you master this concept. It's do you understand this concept? Do you understand? And so for me, when I see the kids after every single unit, the smallest unit, there's a check-in to see if there's any discrepancies and what we need to revisit and what do we need to reteach. That's when I know. I'm like, wait a minute. This is not for numbers because they don't give a shit about that.
So you think it depends on the school system?
It depends on the school system. They have money. They don't care about numbers.
I can speak on my own personal experience. I've always been like, I'm going to toot my own horn. I've been like super, super smart. Like, I just understand things easily. Like, it doesn't take me a lot of effort to understand like the subjects in school. Yeah. However, I was not good at like doing my homework and like keeping up with the projects. For me, it was the opposite. So I would get shitty grades.
But great test scores.
But my tests were like all like I wouldn't have to try hard.
And that was the opposite for me. For me, since I'm such an anxious person, I always did my homework. I did every single project. I was never missing anything. But test, to this day, shut down. I don't know. Like, I know all the shit. In the moment that I hear test, forget about it.
Okay.
I'm in the computer and I freeze.
But you're proving my point. I bet you got good grades, right?
That's what I'm saying.
In general, you got good grades. Yeah. But you didn't understand the information. Like
it's not that no, for me, I'm just saying in testing in general, because it's not that I didn't understand the information. For me, when I went to test, and maybe this is not the question, now that you're phrasing it like that, I just shut down. I'm not a good test taker, is what I'm trying to say. It's not that I don't know the information. It's just that the word test stresses me out and I shut down. And even though I know the information, I can't access that information.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
So then this doesn't apply to you.
Exactly.
But I see so many people where they show up, right? So their attendance is 100. They do the homework. They do all the projects, right? They try their best. They put in the effort. But at the end of the day, if you ask them a year from now what they learned in 5th grade, and they will not be able to tell you anything. I was the opposite. I was not, honestly, my parents weren't really enforcing homework, so I was doing it whenever I felt like it. So my grades weren't the best. But I could close my eyes right now and I can explain PEMDAS to you. I can I really the information just really registered quickly. Yeah. So that's why I agree that the grades will measure your compliance versus your actual knowledge.
Got it.
It's hard to measure knowledge. That's why. That's like a different conversation. Let me see. I'm trying to get good ones here. Dating to marry is not good. Sir, you who wrote this, what the heck does that mean?
Why do you assume it's a sir?
You can see
I'm
who wrote.
defending my males here, so if I don't get some love from men,
Okay.
You weren't
Babe, these are screenshots.
no, because we have a lot of women and they'll be like, no, porque ustedes las mujeres, no. Yo lo estoy defendiendo.
Okay. Can I cut you off? These are screenshots from our poll. You can see exactly who sent what answer, babe.
Okay.
So this
I
was
take it
definitely,
back.
I'm looking at the username and the picture. It's a male. What do you mean, sir? Dating to marry is not good. So what the heck do you date for? What are we dating for?
Okay, but first of all, reel it back in. Because last episode, or the episode before, I said that this is the problem with dating culture. And you said, no, not everybody that you're going to date is for you to
Gonna
marry.
be married. No.
And I'm not saying that, okay, but what I'm saying is the point of dating, in my opinion, and don't beat me up in the comments, is that, especially when you get to a certain age, you want...
I'm just putting lipstick on.
Oh, I'm like, do I got something on my lips? Oh, I'm like...
I had to explain now. Jessica was putting chapstick on, and Cynthia was taking it as
I'm
a
like-
sign for
I'm
something.
like, what's wrong with my lips? I have lipstick on.
She can't. She got chapped
Oh,
legs. Leave her
God.
alone.
But she looked at me straight through my soul, so I
She
thought
was
she was...
doing this. Wait. Now I got it. She was doing this,
And I'm like, what the fuck?
like this, with deep eyes.
You're talking.
I know. Okay. Anyways, I feel that a lot of people don't date with the intention of having long-term relationships. I'm not going to say marriage. I'm saying long-term relationships. People sometimes just date to date. And that is a problem, in my opinion.
I
with
don't
dating.
think that's a problem.
But this is my thing. Especially when you get to a certain age, most people, not everyone,
To settle down, then. At least.
to settle down. And so when you're wasting other person's time and not telling them, like, listen, I just want to casually date, because there's nothing wrong with casually dating if you're open about it and if the other person accepts it. But when you are playing along and you're not telling the other person, I just want to casually date, I'm not looking for something serious, that's when I have an issue with it. You know what I'm saying?
So I think the issue here is really the communication, because
Exactly.
it's not. So, sir, we kind of agree with you.
Yeah, it depends.
Dating to marry is not good. Yeah, no. I think dating for whatever purpose you want it to
Exactly.
be is okay.
It needs to be
As
defined
long
at
as
the
you
beginning.
communicate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's plenty of women and men that are in
Dating
the
to
same boat
casually
as
date.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or dating to marry. But that has to be discussed.
That has to be discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have time for one more? How much time do we have?
Like 4 minutes.
Okay, let's go one.
4 minutes.
Oh, I wanna go on this one. Going
Oh,
to sleep mad is not so bad.
I disagree.
And I agree.
Okay.
Go ahead, discuss
No,
further.
you go first.
Because I used to be the person who would be like, no, we're not going to bed until we talk this out. And I've realized that that's my cope. That's the way that I deal with frustration and with anger. But it's not fair to assume my way of dealing with things on my partner. He's the type of person that he says, I can't talk to you right now because I'm really mad and I might say something I don't mean. Right?
Okay, I agree.
And the fact that he has communicated that to me, I have to, number one, appreciate the communication. And number two, respect his way of dealing with his
I agree.
stuff. Even though I'm the type of person that I'm like, no, we had an issue today. We had to talk about this right now.
Fucking John.
I'm not going to sleep. What?
Fucking John.
I didn't say his name. We were doing so good. I'm not going to sleep. I can't go to sleep. We have to resolve this today. That's the way I am. But I have to
Okay.
respect that he needs more time to figure out, sort his thoughts.
And because I'm a Virgo,
That's not an excuse, bitch. Nice try.
because I'm a Virgo. You know, it's funny that you say that because I didn't think about it. That I'm a very anxious person by nature. So I think the worst. I'm like, I can't go to bed mad because if one of us dies, it's gonna be unresolved.
You go all the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
to death. Worst case scenario, girl. over
I
here.
can't help it. But I do. I've got to. Obviously, not that I don't go to bed mad, but I don't like going to bed mad.
Yeah.
Like we do it all the time.
Nobody likes going to bed mad.
No. There's a people that be like, I'm pissed off at you. Like, no, I hate going to bed mad, but at the same time, I'm just like this. This feeling is horrible. I just don't like that heavy feeling when you're supposed to be resting. You're constantly thinking about it and like circling shit in your brain. So
I agree that nobody likes to go to bed like mad, but I also understand that sometimes it's necessary.
It's necessary.
It's not. Hopefully, nobody will have a freaking heart attack in the middle of their
I
sleep.
know.
Worst case scenario over here. But
Whoa.
at the end of the day, everybody has the right to deal with issues
I get it.
the way that they want
Everybody
to.
deserves their space. Just like I should have.
I'm trying to see if we can do one more before we end
Get
this.
a good one. Or maybe two more because... Two more?
I don't know. Some of these are like gonna be too long.
Who cares? Just go.
Homework is pointless is one of them.
Nah, that's whack.
Nah, that's whack.
That's not juicy. The fuck?
We did all the juicy
Half of our audience has graduated high school and college.
Homework is pointless, but we have kids. I have kids. I think that
We're not
homework is
talking about
pointless.
children, man. We're talking about ourselves. Let's go.
Babe, ¿qué tú quieres que yo haga? Me saco uno del culo. That's it.
Si es posible. Si es posible.
No, there's nothing else, babe.
Yeah, eso es todo.
I think we read these. Partner isn't responsible for you. That's it, babe.
Bueno. Dan seco esa pregunta. It was unpopular opinion.
I hate her. I feel like you didn't send me the right ones because you sent me the same one twice.
No, I sent you the ones that I have.
Braids. Okay. All right, so that wraps it up. I think we read all of the juicy ones, as Cynthia will call them. Yeah. Do you have any unpopular opinions that you want to share?
Leave them in the comments.
Let us know. Share with us. If you have any Dear Cynthia, like I said, please write to us. If there's any subject that you want us to like talk about that you think would be interesting, let us know.
I know, guys. You could give us your, let us drop it in the Dear Cynthias and the Instagram, the DMs, the TikToks.
Yeah, and the comments on YouTube.
A donde sea, estamos en todos lados.
LMK, guys.
For real.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us for another episode.
So thank you for getting tipsy with us.
Is that a question? You want to try that again?
Thank you for getting tipsy with us.
Take a shot. Period. And for keeping it truthful.
Take a shot.
I gotta take a shot too. Ugh.
Peace out. She's a bitch. Soy normal aquí en este lado.
Bye.